Hi, Virgo, and welcome to your monthly zodiac reading. This is for the month of December, but please remember these readings are timeless. So anytime you see them, please watch because there could be good information for you. You can also watch for your moon or rising sign. You may find it resonates more, or you just may find it will tie in with this, or just give you additional advice, guidance, or even prediction, right? So let's get right into what energy is coming in and around you for this month. So what is the overall theme? Turning inward. We have inside the veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. We've been talking a lot, and I've been telling everyone as I'm getting towards the end, I'm coming down now to doing my Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. So the last 4 of the 12 zodiac signs, a lot of repeating messages. And I always say that's when Spirit, aka God, Source, Universe, is starting to double down because they really feel people need to hear these messages. They've been coming out in different positions. Sometimes they've been coming out with different tarot, of course, but it doesn't matter. The message is still there. Let's see what the the 5 of Wands. You know this has been going on now for months if you're a regular watcher, which means you know how I feel about the 5 of Wands. Look, it's a snowball fight here. All summer I was saying it's the ant at the picnic, the bee in your drink, the mosquito at the campfire type of thing. Here it's the snowball fight where it can be hurtful, but it's just unnecessary in its foolishness. And that's what the 5 of Wands usually is. It's just petty battle. It's not swords. It's just unnecessary. And I feel like maybe you've been experiencing that, or for some of you, you could start to experience something like that. And this is your heads up, okay? Where you're going to have to go inward. And I really feel you're going to have to pull on that inner strength because you know how you want to react. Okay, if someone's just picking at you like that little gnat, like that mosquito, and you want to lash back, but in the long run, that probably isn't going to be the best idea. So what I feel here is this is almost like a message. If this is happening to you now, you really need to pull on that inner strength and guidance to keep you out of lashing back or picking back. If this situation does come up for you, or a situation that triggers this in you, even if it's being done to you or triggers this in you, you know that you need to go inward and you need to find the light, not the shadow, okay? Not that negative shadow energy. You need to find the good light energy because it just doesn't serve you to be in this pettiness. Okay, Virgo, let's move on to what are you leaving behind? Wake up call. Again, I swear. Oh, right. This one here had 2 cards when it came out. I was like, why do I have 2 cards there? I usually create the piles the night before, let them sit. I let them sit with selenite, and then I do the reading the next day. So look, we have wake up call, forgive and forget. I feel like maybe let's just look here, the Hierophant. All right, you guys. Ooh, this is kind of, I'm almost feeling a little bit, Virgo, a bit of a smackdown for you, but in a loving way, of course. I feel like with wake up call, that this is the wake up call. One, this energy, you know what? Forgive and forget, move on, basically, okay? And when they say forget, that's just, you don't hold on to it so that you're thinking of it every day. You don't have, if someone's treated you badly, you don't have to go up to them and forgive them, and you don't have to forget what had happened. You just don't live in it every day. You forgive it and forget it so that you can move forward and not live in that energy of what was. And with the Hierophant here, I feel like, because I always think of the Hierophant as both the teacher and the student. So I think for you, there's something to learn here. And there's something to teach, because you will teach by example. And I feel what you're leaving behind is not holding on, maybe to that grudge, not living and wallowing in that energy. That's what you're leaving behind. And when you do, I feel like you're going to be the example to someone in some way. And you may not even be aware of it. And that's okay. That's the miracle of spirit, God, source, universe. They work in mysterious ways, and you think, well, by me, I'm going to look like a coward, or I'm going to look like I'm backing down. You just don't think of it that way. You look at it as, I went inside and I'm the bigger person here. And by doing that, I feel like you're really going to be a shining example for someone else, whether you know it or not, okay? What is entering into your life? We have mistletoe. Oh, well, I haven't seen this card yet. So it says, what dreams may come from the borrowing of ivy held light within the womb, a calling in of sorts, a spell from above, holy holly. This may be kind of reminding me of the Empress, maybe a bit, with this mistletoe card. I'm not sure what mistletoe literally, what it can be used for, or what it has been used for in the past, right? I know what I know about mistletoe is, it's always like it's on a door frame or something and you can kiss underneath it, that type of thing. But I almost feel here of ivy held tight within the womb, and it's reminding me of the Empress, which is creative, birthing new ideas, or even birth itself. So creating life or being creative. Let's see what tarot goes with that. Strength. Okay, 2 messages here. For some of you, Virgo, if you are having a difficult time with pregnancy or becoming pregnant, they're saying hang in there. You know what? Have strength to continue on. I feel like this is a positive message for you to continue on, okay? To keep going. If this is for someone who is a creative, who is an artist, a painter, whatever creative endeavor you do, whether it's for your job or as a hobby, and maybe right now you're not feeling the creative flow, keep going. Have the strength to keep going. It will come back. You just may be hitting a wall right at the moment, but you will have a breakthrough. So I feel it can be either way. The message is there, what is entering into your life, whether it's actual creation of life or whether it's creation of something, okay? So that is the message. What is to come for wealth? Back to basics, okay, with mistletoe again. Okay, you guys, I'm just going to say Google the mistletoe because there must be something about mistletoe that's important here. But here they are, mistletoe hanging because it grows on trees, right? Standing under the branch with the mistletoe. But we're talking about wealth and finances and abundance. And maybe it's time, maybe you've been struggling with it, or maybe you've been doing really well and it's hit a wall. The message here is, in order to move forward, okay, you're going to have to get back to basics. What was working for you in the beginning? What was working for you in the beginning? Okay, whatever it was, you need to get back to that. And, maybe you've tried to be a little too fancy. Maybe you found that you started, and I'm going to say this, it's going to sound crazy, but maybe you started, putting too much money away and it's left you short in your day to day. And that's great. I mean, that was good that you thought to do that, but you can't leave yourself short for the day to day. So you may just have to go back to basics, start again. With mistletoe, it is the lovers, and I always think of that as like coming across or meeting the perfect partnership. So I've been saying this in all of the financial ones, and I said in a couple, it's because I spent time with my sister-in-law who's a financial advisor. Here, that may be what you need. You need to find the perfect partnership to help you with this, okay? Or by going back to basics, you find the perfect partnership and balance between your day-to-day and what you're saving for the future. All right, so take that advice as needed. Okay, what is to come for you, Virgo? In relationships, we have wise men. And it is. This one's a little dark. When the printing's on a dark color, I'm just getting my little light out. It's hard to see. So, if it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. Oh, you guys. I feel like this is about relationships. And we have the Two of Good Cheer, which is the Two of Cups, which is very similar to the Lovers card, okay? It's about making the choice, finding the balance in relationships or partnerships, right? So this is good. Maybe for some of you, if you are single, okay? We're going to talk about all relationships here. So if you were a single person, maybe they're going to bring in that counterpart to you, that wise person that just speaks to your soul, that you have so much in common with, that intellectual person that, some people like a smart person, right? And it's going to be the perfect match for you. If you are already in a relationship or a marriage, romantically or dating, maybe it's just going, I don't know, because he's like an old wise man here. I just feel that it's kind of giving me the message of you've got this until you're both old and wise. It's the perfect partnership. Also, Virgo, I'm also getting that if it's family, there is a way to find family, friends, groups, that type of relationship. Maybe you're going to find those people, okay? In family, maybe you might start to see it in a family member that you didn't really see that way before, and maybe you grow closer because of it. All right, so take it how it resonates for you there. Personal growth, share a breath. I love this. This card has come out in a few readings now too, with the moon. With share a breath, I just always feel like it's really understanding and becoming one with others. And that's what's going to bring personal growth into your life, not separating me and them, okay? You and them. That realizing that we're all one, we're all part of God's source universe, okay? You may believe differently, in which case you take this how it resonates, but it still means that you can get along with your fellow man, okay? It's realizing we have more in common. We both breathe in and out each day, just wanting to live the best life that we can live. And I think it's realizing and understanding that within one another. And that's going to somehow in your life bring personal growth. Maybe for some of you, it's coming out. Well, I'm going to say with the moon, it's kind of, I always think of it as behind the veil, right? So, oh, okay, something else just came in here. This one may be a bit longer, Virgo. Maybe you've always been afraid to look behind the person. You've only ever done the one over at face value. You haven't taken the time to share a breath, to look behind, to see who they really are behind the facade. I think for some of you, the message is you would be surprised if you actually did that. Because what it's showing me is maybe someone on the street. So it's basically showing me, and I'm not saying this is you, Virgo, but say a homeless person on the street, you know, for a lot of people, first impression is turn and go the other way. They just want something. And I think this message is not necessarily for you and a person on the street, but for you and people in your life in general, or people that you may come across in your life in general. It's to look behind the veil, look behind what's hidden behind that facade, behind the flesh, and get to know who they really are. Beautiful message. Let's get into a little bit of tarot here. We're going to do some live tarot and one live oracle, and then we'll wrap this up, Virgo. Whoops. The Four of Swords. Love it. And I love that it's right here with this card. The Five of Swords. Perfect. I love that it's here. Oh, this is great. And you see how I'm pulling these. So well shuffled. Six of Wands. All right. Well, let me just say Six of Wands right there. Hello. You can tell from the card. It's success. What I want to say with the Four of Swords, I love that it's right here with all this pettiness. Look, this may have tired you out. Okay, this may have run you down, tired you out. It's time to go within, to be brave, to walk away from it, to be the bigger person, and maybe just take a little break. Okay, and I'm saying from whatever the situation is, or person, whatever it is, just maybe take a little break, take a little bit of time out, recoup, rejuvenate. All right, because this is very energetically taxing at times. With the Five of Swords, we had this the other day. Look at the two little elves crying here, and this one here just kind of smirking because he's taken their swords. That's kind of back to here. Is that being the example? No, that's being a bully. And sometimes we just need to let these two little elves go on their way, right? Let them go on their way. We forgive and forget, and we move past it. And if you're able to do this, you know, if you choose, because we have choice here to work on these things. I love the way that Spirit gives me the cards to read, because I feel like it comes out with maybe something that could happen, maybe happening to you now, surrounding you now. But it also, they give advice for, you know, look, you can be successful. You have it in you, right? You may be hitting a roadblock here right now, but success is on the way. There could be a roadblock here right now, but success is on the way. So that is the message. Let's get one oracle to wrap this up, Virgo. Thank you for staying with me a little bit longer. I try not to make these videos too long, but if there's a message, there's a message. Make clear, calm thinking your goal. That's it. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please throw me that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I see my number count going up, which means people have been subscribing. So thank you very much. And I will see you in your next Zodiac reading for January.